We rolling? Going live in
3,
2, 1.
Coming from Undercity Comics in Uptown Whittier, this is Keeping Up with the Nerds, issue 251. My name is Nick Valero.
Renee.
I'm Sean.
This is Bryan.
And welcome to the show.
I didn't mess up. You guys messed up.
Sean, are you like in your mind just like beating yourself up for messing up? Or are you just going like, damn it, Sean?
No. I thought it was going to be going in.
We're going to have to do a man in the mirror too.
Yeah.
There's going to be a lot of crying and jerking off.
This is year 5 now. We can do sequels of a lot of our skits.
We
are thinking
Feed
about bringing
3.
back
Feed
2 characters that we've done.
I wonder which one they are.
Welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. Issue 251 of Keeping Up with the Nerds. Check out our website, keepingupwiththenerds.com. Check out our socials, Instagram, Facebook, and xmen.com. Check out our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Keeping Up with the Nerds. And check out our audio platforms, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Podbean, now on YouTube Music. Ladies and gentlemen, if you guys do want to support the podcast as well, we do have a Patreon, which is officially live. Yes, you guys can find the first episode of Post Credits already on there for $5. You guys would be entered into the modern tier era, I think. No, bronze.
Bronze, yeah.
Is it bronze?
I feel like we need a paper.
We do need a paper. $5 a month. You guys can check out the first episode of Post Credits
Whoever's
too.
editing can put little screenshots.
Yeah, there you go. And then the second episode of Post Credits will be up there, depending on how quickly. There was a lot of editing this week.
I thought it was super funny because there was a scene in it where we were talking about the girl from 50 Shades of Grey.
Oh, yeah, Dakota.
Yeah,
Dakota Johnson.
Johnson.
We were talking about it, and then there's a moment where Sean turns the screen, and it's perfectly out of shot. Mm-hmm. And we're talking about what's on it, and then Monica goes, "What are you looking at? What are you guys looking at?" And then I'm like, "Oh,
no, it's in there."
Yeah, you get a glimpse of it.
You get a glimpse.
in the video.
But it wasn't like a. It wasn't like a full video. And she was like,
"Wait, how'd she watch Post Credits?"
She didn't watch post credits.
That's not in post credits. That's just in the podcast.
Oh, that was in the regular podcast?
That was in the show.
Oh, okay, I was like, I thought that was in post credits.
Actually saw that footage.
It's behind a paywall. No one gets a discount.
Right?
She pays double.
Right?
She has to.
Friends and family discount?
Never.
But for $5 a month, you guys can get the post-credits show, which is about 30 minutes of just extra rant, extra stuff that we, want to include in there for you guys to enjoy. For $3 a month, you guys don't get post-credits, but you guys do get access to the audio version, uncensored, of the podcast before it releases on Wednesday. Thank you guys for the support. Thank you guys for sharing. Thank you guys for commenting on everything. But before we begin, Nick, I do want to pass it on to you real quick. We do got to discuss some matters before we get into the nitty-gritty of the show.
So, yeah, absolutely. We are a podcast that takes place in the city of Whittier. We promote ourselves as being members of the community. We attend functions, we go to the local stores. Bryan's drinking a local coffee from a store here in Whittier. We are part of the community. And this week has not been great for our community. It is a real shame of what has been going on. Unfortunately, there has been a lot of raids. There's been a lot of people that have been taken. And we would like to say that we are in solidarity with the protest, with not agreeing with the fact that ICE can go into a job, they can go into a store, take children, take pregnant mothers, take people off the work site that haven't done anything wrong. They're just trying to find themselves a home, trying to work and make themselves a life here in the United States. The one thing that we don't agree with is violence. The violence against the protesters, the amount of escalation that did happen from both Whittier PD and also from Los Angeles Police Department is egregious. And I don't know about you guys, but it disgusted me.
Yeah.
Definitely.
But also there was some people on the protesters' side that weren't They weren't there for the actual demonstration. There were people there for their own, for whatever other reason that they were there for. They vandalized, they destroyed, they attacked people. And I have to say that you are not part of the movement. You are not, and this is, I am a second gen. I am second gen, third gen on my mom's side, second gen on my dad's. But I do have family that are first gen, that have been from Mexico, that have, I know people that have been from Mexico, that are DACA, that they have made themselves alive here. They do not know anything different than the United States. They are not criminals. They are just people like everyone else. Unfortunately, the sugar cane that we have inside of the White House thinks that they should be rounded up and taken back to where they come from. He is not a student of history and does not know that we are all immigrants. We all come here to make a better life for ourselves, and that is the greatest part about the United States. And unfortunately, this is a hard time. We are all standing strong. We're all here for one another, and we are a community. Now then, if for whatever reason you are attempting to do violence or anything like that, you're going to hurt the community that's around you, because you're going to give the people on Fox News exactly what they want. They want to see people hitting people. They want to see you attacking the police. They want to see you destroying property and looting and doing all these other things. So please, I know that the big march on January 4th has already happened, and I'm sure there was a lot of violence. I'm sure there was a lot of things that we're all not proud of. But I hope everybody stayed safe. I hope everybody was able to go home. And we're here. We at Keeping Up with the Nerds are here for you. This is abnormal for us. We normally don't talk about politics on the show, but we felt like it was something that we had to talk about.
This was mutually agreed by all of us.
We have a platform, and we have a responsibility to
the community
and stuff like that, to say our piece and stuff like that.
I was elected because I was the most calm.
Yeah. And that's the thing.
And you were better with words on the too.
I think we all had our different takes and
Absolutely.
how we wanted to approach this. And we pitched this before talking on the show. Obviously, we can't go on and pretend like the world right now is good. We can't pretend like everything is fine. And I do feel like it was necessary for us to at least address it, because you're 100% right. You're second generation. I'm first generation. I think you're first generation as well.
Yeah, I'm first.
You're third generation. Yeah. So like we're all affected some sort of way. And I'll tell you from my perspective as well. I mentioned this before we started the show. I'm, as American as they get. I was born here. I'm patriotic, but never once in my 30 years of life have I ever felt like walking out into the street or feeling like I was going to be judged walking out into the street, and fearing for my safety, for my family's safety, for my friends' safety, just because of the way I look. It's not
honestly,
acceptable.
I was a little bit concerned because I know that you guys are still in Whittier, and after seeing how everything was escalating at the DoubleTree.
Yeah.
When me and Rene went to the movies, we passed it on the way to the movies, and it was already starting to escalate. They had already spray painted F-ice on the cars. They were destroying things. The thing I don't like is the fact that they were doxing and they were attacking people that work at the DoubleTree.
That's not right.
They were people were getting captions of them, and then they were looking them up online. And
it's not.
We can all spewing them
misplaced
with
anger.
We can mutually agree that the protests need to have a message, and the message behind them is the correct one.
It's not the same. It's the same thing as if you would have went to Target during the whole blackout of we're not going to Target, we're not going to Walmart, we're not doing all these other things, and then you went to a Target employee and then you started doxing them, or you started flaming them because they work at Target.
Yeah.
Everybody
They're
has
just
to
trying to make a living.
Yeah, everybody has to make a buck. It's California. It's really hard to live here in general. A lot of the people that are there, they have to do a job, unfortunately, and they can't pick who shows up to get a room. And you know what? Honestly, it's everybody's right to hate and do whatever it is. That's the kind of the thing about this country is I can say whatever the hell you want. I mean, whatever I want. And, you know, it is what it is. But everybody does have the freedom to display their disagreements. They have the freedom to show that they do not agree with the way that the country is being run and what's going on. We can only hope that everything kind of calms down. But it is something that happened during the week, and that happened last week, and it's really hard for us on the show.
You're talking about the marches on June 14th.
Yes, but it's really hard for us on the show to ignore it.
Yeah.
And I feel that our audience would also be concerned as well of where exactly do we stand, do we agree, everything else. If we did not mention it, and unfortunately, that's the reality of the world. We have to mention this. We would love that's why we're trying to make this as short as possible because we still want to get to the funny. We still want to entertain you guys for the rest of the day, for the rest of the week.
Yeah. At the end of the day, we're an entertainment podcast. You guys aren't here to listen to politics. There's plenty of other platforms for that, but like Nick said, beautifully said, by the way.
Yeah.
There is not a world where we can ignore this. There's not a world where this doesn't affect us. And we want to make sure that our audiences understand that there is a position where we stand. And right now it is in solidarity with the protests, but not behind the violence on both sides.
Do not condone the violence.
Not at all.
No.
So
if you're going and you are marching, you're waving a flag, you're passing out water, passing out food.
Thank you.
Thank you. You guys are on the right side of history. The cops that put down their riot shields in I think it was Pennsylvania or Arizona, there was a bunch of I think it was National Guards member that had riot shields, and then a bunch of the protesters told them to put them down, and they put them down.
good.
And everything else, and there was a couple of also cops that were inside of I think it was Texas that took a knee in solidarity with the protesters, basically saying we agree with you. This is ridiculous.
Yeah.
I think that it's in the majority that no one thinks this. That the majority thinks this is wrong.
Yeah.
And it's not crazy to have that view. You're crazy if you're on the other side going like, well, you know, they crossed over illegally. They committed a crime. They're all criminals. That's wrong.
Yeah.
That's wrong. Because honestly, we should look up how you got here.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
most likely your family didn't get here legally. They probably got on a boat of some kind.
On a boat.
They got on a boat of some
Forcibly
kind
took
and
their
they
land.
and you probably got here without papers and everything else, and your family, did what the American dream is, and they made a life here, and they made some money, and they raised some kids, and they became citizens.
Exactly.
And that's the greatest thing that
They're living the American dream.
yeah, and that's the greatest part about this country is I can come here and with $20 in my pocket and I can own a business.
Some of the
make a name for
greatest
myself.
businesses or entrepreneurs in America are ones that have come across the sea.
They're foreign.
And, made a life. I did want to end with something, but does anyone have anything to say before we move on?
No.
No? Sean? No? I will leave you guys with this. And it was a message that I posted on my private Instagram, but I do feel like it's necessary to share. It was a lesson that my dad taught me.
Dox 'em.
What? No. No. In all seriousness, growing up as a millennial, 1993 all the way up until now, I feel like we can say that we've gone through a lot of different events in our lives. My dad was he was no stranger to trying to talk to me about certain things that happened, specifically things like 9/11, sitting me down, talking to me about the terrors of the world. But there was one thing that he always said to kind of calm me down. And I always take this as a piece of advice with me wherever I go, no matter the situation, no matter how hard something gets. He told me, this too will pass. And I feel like a lot of individuals need to know this. For those that have had family taken away, for those that have had hardships, this isn't to basically tell you guys that it is what it is. It is to tell you guys that tough times do come, but they do also go away. And good things will come. And I want to leave you guys with this too will pass.
In the immortal words of Thomas Wayne, it's always darkest just before the dawn.
There you go.
Just to bring it back to comic book stuff.
Yeah, there you go.
Back to nerds.
Just back to nerdy stuff.
And my dad was a huge Batman fan, so there you go.
Exactly. So we can't wait for the dawn to to come because we know it's coming.
It's coming. It's coming.
Yeah.
With that said, let's get on to the funnies of keeping up with the nerds. But hopefully this message kind of helps soothe some minds and bring a little peace to you guys. But let's get to the entertainment part. Sean, you do have a little bit of a message too. Actually, do you want to introduce it or should I kind of like talk about what we talked about?
You want to go into it?
Yeah.
You
can open it up.
Yeah. Okay. Well, last week we did mention how we
I'll be
wanted
the Billy Mays.
You want to be the Billy? Okay.
Yeah.
Billy
Mays here.
When you do,
Sean Rodriguez here, ladies and
I want
gentlemen.
you to do your
Thanks,
best.
kitchen gun.
I really want you to do your best Billy Mays impression. I really want this now.
Yeah. Now you got to work with
Now
it.
you have
All
to
right.
do it.
So last week we mentioned how in year 5 we wanted to grow our content.
And
we
sold
wanted
out.
It's
Why
why do you just want to go like that?
Because
Like we
we
sold out.
Because we did.
Yeah, we technically did, but I'm trying to ease people into it.
No.
Look,
you wanna
Rage
rip the
Against the
band?
Machine
We
did
just
it.
ripped the Band-Aid.
You ripped the Band-Aid.
We
All right, we
have a
sold out,
Patreon.
ladies and gentlemen. All right, so we got a Patreon, but we also got officially sponsored by someone. All right, Sean.
Who would do that?
Who would do that, Sean? Can you tell us?
That's money.
Hi, Sean Rodriguez here from Keeping Up with the Nerds. Feeling drained? Need to stay sharp and focused without the jitters? Try Dubby. The sugar-free...
Keep going. You're
The
good.
sugar-free energy drink powder with a unique formula designed for clean energy and laser focus. They use high-quality coffee cherries, clinically shown to boost brain performance. I didn't drink enough, so my brain's not really there. No artificial colors, no fillers, just smooth, effective energy to help you conquer any tasks. Dubby offers a flavor for every...
Taste.
Dubby offers a flavor for every taste bud. Use the code Keeping Up with the Nerds at checkout for a 10% discount.
That's not the
That's not
code.
the
That's
code.
not got the
That was
code.
not the code.
Oh.
It was
Keep up, nerd.
Keep Up Nerd. We'll have it right here.
Yeah, for 10% out of
For
checkout.
10%.
What the hell is that?
Well, this is a Dubby shaker.
What? Hang on. Where did this come from?
I brought it.
Oh my God, Dubby. Yes,
We sold
sponsored.
out.
Dubby. Do better.
We have merch and everything. Like, this is great.
Oh my God. Well, not official merch, but it's Dubby merch. Yes.
I'm gonna put a keeping up with the nerd sticker on this thing.
Cake on cake.
Oh, we have one of those.
So
Shake it. We get to shake it. Get a keeping up with. Get it. It's in the thing. It's in there. It's in there. I know it is.
I will allow it.
I know it
because
is.
it's funny. With
We gotta-
that
we
said,
gotta
ladies
get
and
it.
gentlemen, yes, we are officially sponsored by Dubby. We do get commissions for you guys buying this product if you guys are interested. Now, there are other energy powder competitors out there in the world. We'll tell you guys this. We talked about it extensively. We were not going to promote this product on our podcast if we didn't try it out first. And we did.
Yeah.
The consensus is we liked it. It's really good. It's very much different than every other competitor that is out there.
Definitely
in a good
has
way.
a punch in it too.
Yeah.
And
So
'cause-
Rene had like literally 8 ounces and literally started shaking.
I'm not
Yeah.
shaking.
No, he was
No.
dying. He's sweating
No, I was more concentrated.
profusely. He
Sweating it out.
He was like, "Oh,
oh, here it is.
I'm in. I'm in. Let's do this. I'm jacked in. He's locked in."
As someone who has had several different energy powders, I will tell you that this one probably went down the smoothest taste wise.
Yes.
It did. I did like what was the flavor again? It was a beach.
Beach and beach.
Beach and peach right here.
Beach and peach. That one
that
was
one,
really good.
that one was the
And-
favorite.
I think that one was the universal. We all enjoyed that.
Yeah.
One.
That one was so good.
That one was so
Yeah,
good.
the other one was good. The was it the
Cosmic
the
Grenade.
Cosmic
Cosmic
Grenade.
Grenade.
It was good. It tasted like a Jolly Rancher, like a watermelon Jolly Rancher.
I'm just not a big fan of watermelon either. Those, and it's funny. Those are my two flavors I don't normally like.
But you like them.
But I didn't mind
enjoyed them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now we'll tell you guys this on the product page of Dubby. If you guys go to dubby.gg, or I think is what the store name is, dubby.gg, or is it Dubby Store?
Dubby.gg.
Or
It's
dubbystore.gg. We should know this. Dubby.gg. You're right. Yeah, it's dubby.gg. So if you guys go to the store, there's
I
several
was the one that
different
did this.
things. There's several different things you
I
guys
know.
can go check out. Do you mind holding up that shaker one more time? So that shaker, 2 packs of the trial and this right here, $13, 13, $14, something like that. It was on sale.
13. It was like $14, and then with the 10% discount, it's about 13, 12.
Something like that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then each tub is about $40 as well, but they do have sales. When we were trying to get some earlier, I think they had a sale for people that were just trying it out for the first time. It was like buy one get one free or something like that, or buy 2 get 1 free.
Yeah, I really do like. I want to try their solo leveling stuff because they do have.
Oh,
a
that's
bunch
an
of,
anime, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a solo leveling. They have a sponsorship with them. I do want to try it.
That's cool.
Yeah, they
Did
have
you
a
see the name of the flavors?
I didn't. I saw them, but if only someone was in front of me.
Maybe we can put them out when we do like solo leveling reactions.
I think that'd be great.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could definitely do that.
There you go. Possibilities are endless.
Because we still want to. I want all of them to watch solo. I know Sean has already has seen solo leveling,
but I'm not a
he's
weeb.
read it. You would really like this one.
It's for
I
content.
think you're really
For
gonna like this
content?
one.
Fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, let me call my mom and see if I can move into the basement for a week, and then I'll start watching.
Move
anime.
into the
There you go.
basement why?
Yeah,
Just
because you gotta be a basement dweller.
I got to be a basement dwelling mom living.
just
Nick, these names go really hard.
what are they?
Shadow Monarch Surge
Oh, that's sick.
and Egress Strike.
Oh, I'm in.
Egress Strike is a blue tropical punch, and Shadow Monarch Surge is a blue raz purple grape flavor.
I'm
There we
in.
go.
Those sound delicious.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys want to check out the W flavors and
They
grab
also
some
have a
for
shaker.
yourself and support the channel, please
Yeah.
go check out www.w.gg. Use Keep Up Nerd for 10% off your order. Thank you guys for supporting, and thank you, W, for partnering, for allowing us to be partners with you guys. So,
Yeah,
that's
we're
great.
super excited.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
Here's a cool, quick little W plug too. They have 4 unique shakers too that are for the solo leveling.
Oh yeah, I saw that,
Yeah.
and they're not sold out yet, as of recording.
As of recording, they were
yeah.
not sold out.
Yeah.
But they're pretty cool.
Yeah.
We enjoyed it. Go try it out.
Perfect. And if you guys want to sponsor us directly, patreon.com/Keeping Up with the Nerds.
Absolutely.
Yep.
There you go. Everything
So-
will be in the description down below.
I did a thing this week.
What'd you do?
Before
What'd
we
you kill?
before we get into the main,
What did you kill?
I didn't kill anybody.
Who'd you sacrifice?
Oh, I went to IGN Live.
Oh, so you killed yourself. You sold out.
I
You
went to
sold out
IGN
twice.
Live. Dude. I love selling out. It's a lot of fun.
So
Nice.
So really quick, I went to go to IGN Live. It was really cool. I posted some things on our Instagram, everything else. I picked you guys up a few things.
Wow. Did you get the shirt that had the thing that, like, your rate or whatever?
Yes.
You got
no,
one?
Oh, no. I
was
didn't get one
gonna
of
say.
those. I didn't get one of those. But I did get Rene an ARC shirt.
I was going to say, did you not know about a shirt?
No. I got him an ARC shirt.
We all got presents?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Also, it was because I did the thing and they gave me a XXX.
Oh.
at least they had it.
It was so funny because literally they gave it to me and I was like, do you have an XL? And they were like, this is all I got. And I'm like,
Triple X. I'll take it.
I'll take it. Also, they were giving out these things called killer brownies.
Oh, is
They,
it?
me and Monica have been eating these things all week. They are so delicious.
What are
They're killer.
They are They're cookies on top, brownie on the bottom.
Oh, damn.
I don't think this is a triple X.
That's what it says on the thing. I don't know.
That's a little bit slimmer.
Is it snug? Is it snugsies?
Should I put it on later?
Yeah, you can put it on later. And then I
feel
got.
like I've seen these
I got.
If it's
Panera.
tight, you got to wear it as a crop top.
Nick,
I-
I think I've seen these at Panera.
Have you?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, they're
They're,
delicious.
they're so good.
Oh, you're going to put it on?
Dude, they're really tasty. We ate them. We warmed it up the other day in the air fryer. We put a little ice cream on top.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
Do you guys remember Soup Plantation? The buffet?
Yes.
Rest in peace.
Okay, they served these at Soup Plantation.
Did they?
They did.
They
yeah.
did.
It was a good little dessert.
I think Soup Plantation might be coming back.
Do we
because they-
once we become profitable, do you want to buy the properties for Soup Plantation and bring it back?
Sure. Why not?
It's
Yeah.
coming back.
Yeah, I think-
The old Soup Plantation in Puente
Hills?
Hills, they had taken down the letters, right?
But they
They're
brought it back?
putting back
They
up.
put them back up.
Nah, dude, if they come back, I'm going.
Okay.
100%.
So I didn't know if anybody wanted a koozie. Does anybody want a koozie?
For Polar Stellar? What is
Polar Seltzer. It was like a new seltzer that they were advertising.
it? Like alcoholic?
You want a seltzer? I didn't want it either. That's why. You can have that.
What?
Prop. Slimming.
Dude,
You know what? You
why
look
do you
good.
look? Why do you look? Why do you look good though?
You look good.
Yeah,
I like
you got like muscle on you, dude.
it. Dude, you look jacked.
There's muscle under there.
Hey,
I'll try to see how long I can go in the podcast where it is.
dude,
All right.
Mandy just got turned on right now, dude.
Also, I gave one of these to Sean the other day.
I loved
They were
it.
giving these
They're
out
tasty.
there. Copico. It's real coffee anytime. They're like little like candies that actually have caffeine in them.
I love coffee flavored candies.
Yeah, it's like coffee
From,
flavored
the ones from
candies.
C's.
Oh, the sugar-free. Thank
Two
you.
Yeah.
pieces equals 1 cup of coffee. Damn, dude.
Yeah.
And then
Hell
I
yeah.
picked this up because this is for Bryan. It's a Blade Runner
Oh,
comic book.
Ooh, thank you.
And then
You got one?
Oh no.
I got one of these for
Did you get one for you?
everybody.
There's one for all of us.
Because I knew that all of you guys are excited, so I got you guys all pins for Alien Earth.
Oh, that's dope.
I got you guys
Are
pins
they all
for
the same?
Alien Earth. Yeah, they're all the same.
Cool. Oh, that looks so cool. You know
Oh,
what?
dude, this is
I
officially.
actually am excited.
Hold
for
up.
this.
Did you guys see
Yeah.
the back of the pins?
No.
It's Disney.
Yeah, they're Disney. Yeah, they're Disney.
That's so funny.
Yeah,
The
they are-
mouse
they are
is
Disney.
supporting Alien.
Yeah, dude, they are Disney.
Oh, I've never wanted to sell out to Disney, more now.
Right?
I also got some, let's see, Hubba Bubble bundle, like, pin. I don't know if you guys wanted it.
Oh, Humble Bundle? I'll take that one.
Yeah, an IGN sticker. I don't know if you guys wanted an IGN sticker.
Did you see the Humble Bundle one?
You put it on
You know what this is, right?
You can put it on, yeah, we can put it on there.
Okay, now that I have a
Yeah.
computer, I've been looking at Humble Bundle more.
Oh, rest in
dude,
peace, your wallet.
Dude, they're solid. they're
no,
pretty solid.
rest in peace, my wallet, dude. They're saving me so much money.
I
There
know,
was-
but you
Yeah.
end up. But now your library is going to have like
Yeah.
200 plus games that you'll never touch.
Yeah.
No, not just games, but like
that's how mine is.
there were audiobooks, there were D&D books that I wanted to get to.
Oh.
I had just missed the Warhammer one, and it was like for
here's
23 books, or like around there, 23, 25, for like $18.
Not bad.
Do you like Streets of Fighter?
Streets of Fighter?
Yeah.
I mean, oh, King of Fighters.
King of Fighters.
Oh, hell yeah.
Wait,
yes,
that's Terry?
That's Terry.
That's
Yes, that's
Terry.
Terry Bogard.
Hold on.
Did you
Rock,
want?
paper, scissors. Terry's
You know
my
what?
main in Smash.
Give it a shot. Give it a shot.
Terry's
So
my
it's
main
like-
in Smash.
Good job. Hey, good job maining someone that's
Here.
actually legit in Smash.
I got you. What shot? You get. And then you get a little hydration.
You know what?
powder.
If it was Mia
get a
or
little
Mai
hydration
Mai
powder.
from King of Fighters,
I don't know what.
you know
pure-
who it is. The
don't
one
know
with the
what-
fan.
yeah.
If it was her,
yeah.
I would fight you.
I don't know what pure
would let
kick
you
is,
have
but anybody, if you guys want the sticker and everything else.
Pure kick.
And then I stopped and I thought, you know what? Yes, we got free stuff, but then I actually picked you guys up some hats.
Ooh.
No way.
So I actually picked you guys up some hats.
Ooh, is that Ryu from Street
So
Fighter?
I got a Ryu from Street Fighter 1. I got a Assassin's Creed Mirage.
Okay.
And then I also got a Rainbow Six Siege.
Rainbow Six. Can I take the Rainbow Six?
Yeah, give
one?
him. Yeah, give him that one.
Also, I love them too because if you feel it, it's rubber.
Oh yeah.
Like it's a.
Are you?
Oh, that's so cool.
You know what? If we play Rainbow Six, you got to main smoke now.
Yeah.
And then
definitely.
so is this
I can
one.
make
This one's a
smoke.
little.
You can main
this
smoke?
one's
I can
rubber
make
as well.
smoke.
Dude, Siege X.
Which one did you want? Assassin's
there you
Creed?
go.
Or,
Yeah.
you want this one?
Give it to him.
Yeah. There you go.
Actually, no. You got King of Fighters pin.
There you go.
Fightered out.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
know. Hang
Assassin's
on. Hey,
Creed.
do you want the King of Fighters one or do you want
Now
the Street
we're
Fighter one?
getting really-
Yeah, I like this. I like this. I'll
You
get.
can have one or the other.
So here's the.
No. One or the other.
No, hold on. Okay, so here's the funny thing is, that hat was the first hat to like you couldn't buy anymore.
Oh, really?
That was the first like because so I went
Yeah,
to their like merch booth, which
But I do need a new hat too. And I do
yeah,
really
and,
like
and it's a solid hat.
Yeah.
It's a very solid hat.
I feel
nice.
bad. No, I feel bad. I feel bad.
No,
I feel bad. I don't like doing that.
I
No,
also-
you got real excited. Go for it.
He
I
didn't like the
also-
feeling after getting it.
I didn't
He's
get.
like,
Yeah, I looked at it. I just like I don't like it. I feel bad.
I also
Not taking
forgot.
candy from a baby.
I forgot because there was a sticker. I was gonna give it to you, Sean. I'll give it to you afterwards. It's a picture of how to pet your cat, and it's just his butthole. It's a kitten butthole, and I was gonna give it to you because I thought it was hilarious, but I left it in the car. I totally forgot.
Who sells these hats? These
these
are
are nice.
nice.
They're IGNs. They're IGN merch.
That's pretty because they
Wow.
because I'm hitting two straps, 2 clicks in too. And
Two
I'm like,
clicks,
that's
but it's
pretty
like
good.
it's comfortable. It's
Yeah.
nice feeling too.
Usually I want.
I actually got
yes.
I got the I have the Assassin's Creed one at home.
the Mirage or something. This one.
No, it just has the
just the logo?
it's technically Mirage, but it is the Assassin's
Gotta
Creed.
wear
Now
our
I have to
hats,
play
like
Mirage.
boy band,
Yeah.
like we're in a boy band.
So here was the interesting thing. So when I went up to the lady, I went up to go see how much the hats were because I was like, oh, they got a large assortment of hats because me and Justin got there. We like started checking stuff out, and the lady goes, oh, it's $10 for a hat and a wallet.
$10 for a hat and a wallet.
$10 hat and wallet, and I was like, oh, that's sick. I go, I don't really need a wallet.
Adjust it.
Like I don't need a wallet, and the girl goes, I'll give you 2 hats.
Oh.
For the $10, like I'll just give you 2 hats. And I was like, sweet. So I picked up the Street Fighter one,
Yeah.
in which, mind you, me and Justin left. We went to the Critical Role 10th anniversary and the Clear Obscure panel. We came back, they were gone. And whatever was there, that was it. Like they didn't re up on any
Re-up, yeah.
items. The funny thing about this show It is one of the funniest things I've ever seen. Because if you've ever wanted to see what started a riot, it was IGN Live.
Wait, what do you mean?
Because so they don't want anybody to leave, especially for the live stream. So what they do is they basically just bring out buckets of stuff that they haven't been able to get rid of throughout the year. Like just freebies and shirts and everything else that they've been getting over the last past year, and they just throw it into the crowd. Like they're just chucking stuff into the crowd.
So that's funny because IGN posted on their Instagram how like people were getting free stuff. Like someone walked away with like an X-wing or something like that.
I saw that lady. I wanted to tackle her. Somebody
like a Lego X-wing?
Like an actual Black Series X-wing.
Yeah.
And then not only that, but then somebody also had a Adam West Batman 69 Batman cowl. It was about yay tall. It was huge. That they were just handing out.
Yeah.
I was trying to get it. I wanted to kill the little kid that got it.
Yeah.
I was like,
you weren't even born when Adam West was out here.
I was like, oh man, I should just tackle him. Nobody would know.
Right. No one would know.
No one would know.
Just see him on the
Who would know?
stairs.
But yeah, it was
eating the child.
It was a lot of fun. We got to play a bunch of games. We got to actually see. We got to listen to the panel where they were talking about the Wu-Tang Clan game, and they were talking about like how exactly they were incorporating a lot of stuff.
Was this the first time they've ever done an expo?
No, this is the second year that they've done IGN Live.
Oh,
So this is the second time they've done this.
Who's working on the game? Did they say?
So I forget more or less, but they do have a couple of the Wu-Tang Clan members actually there. Not only that, but in the game, Wu-Tang Clan members are a part of the game. So not only their music, but you're also collecting them, and they're teaching you new abilities.
Oh, that's so cool.
So each mission is you collecting a Wu-Tang Clan member, and then as soon as you get them, they teach you a new ability, and it's something new that you have in your.
And then
arsenal.
after you beat the game, then a printer magically appears and they prints out the Wu-Tang member fan club or membership card, and you get one, and it's made out of gold.
So that was the.
And then one of the Wu-Tang Clan members comes out from the screen, pins you down, and tattoos the logo on your back.
So they had a bunch of stuff. It was really funny. Also, they had a lot of like classic game arcade cabinets and everything else. I spent at least 45 minutes on Time Crisis, the original. Yeah, they had original Time Crisis, which also was hilarious because I was with my brother's boyfriend when we were walking around, and I started the game. I was just annihilating that game. Like I was just burning through it.
It's muscle memory.
Yeah, and he goes, how are you doing so well? And I go, I've played this game so many times.
I've beaten Time Crisis 2 or 3 when Peter Piper Pizza was open here in Uptown Whittier or in Whittier. I remember spending like a good like $5 to try to like get through it.
I owned Time Crisis 1 on the PlayStation with the light gun.
Oh, with the light gun?
With the light gun attachment, and then you could like play it on the thing. So I had like the little pedal and the gun, so I was able to like actually play the arcade game in my house. So every single time I would die, I would just go again, let's go, and I was just on a loop. It was great. I loved it.
I miss Time Crisis.
I played it
so
at
much.
Nickel.
Oh yeah,
it
dude.
was like unlimited
Nickel.
like play for it.
Yeah, it's
So I would
amazing.
just sit there and just like, okay, I'm gonna beat this game.
Yeah.
Remember
It
all
was-
the beat 'em ups you can play at Nickel?
Yeah.
dude, I
The
love
TMNT games. And
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
So
It's
yeah.
free on PlayStation.
Oh yeah, it is.
Yeah.
So the whole show was a lot of fun. It was really funny because these I think were a sponsor, but they brought too many. So at a certain point, they were just handing away boxes. Like I have 4 boxes at home.
Yeah.
Like
Two
of
of these.
Like full boxes.
2 of these.
You have
is
2
like-
of them?
I have 2 of them.
Can you share more with me?
No, Monica wants them. Monica's taking one to the office.
Can you grab me like maybe 3 more?
I'll ask her. If she
Monica,
allows
can
it.
I get like 3 or 4?
If Monica allows it.
Monica, please, can I get 3 or 4?
Because she had
Can I have
one.
just one? Can I
'Cause
just have one?
Yeah, because she had one and she was like, "These are delicious."
I'm a
They
dad
are.
now, Monica. I need caffeine.
So the next day when I saw him at work,
You just
he
suck
was.
on it now?
It
Yeah.
was so funny because the next day I
mean,
saw
we
him
got
at,
Dubby here.
I saw him at work
Great.
and he
Bro,
goes,
caffeine needs.
"Yeah." I saw him at work and he goes, "Man, I'm dying out. I need some coffee. We didn't have any coffee in the front in the staff lounge." I was like, "Take one of these." And then I pulled it out and he was like, "What is this?" And then he goes, "Oh, all right." And then he comes back down and goes, "Those are really good. Those are really good."
His eyes, his super dilated.
just darting all over the place.
Guys, it was really good.
Yeah, but
It's not that strong in caffeine.
No, it's not. It's
no,
a cup
it's
of
not.
coffee.
It's a cup of coffee. The coolest thing I will say though from being at IGN Live was probably being there for the Xbox showcase, because we were actually in the room with everybody in IGN.
So did they do the Xbox showcase at IGN Live?
Yeah, it was in a theater. It was in like a small room. It had like maybe like 200 people inside of the room, and we watched it all together.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Nothing that they revealed, I was
very
like,
underwhelming
yeah, I'm just
overall.
like,
For the Xbox, it was
a dud.
of the three of the PlayStation 1 and Nintendo's. I think Xbox's was the best.
really? Okay, let me.
Of-
No. I can kind of see where, but let me see. Is it because of the handheld announcement?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
No, but okay. Here's my thing though. The handheld announcement was great. The second thing is the fact that everything that they showed, they were like, this game is coming out. Yes, it's on PlayStation. You can play it right now. I mean, you can play it Game Pass.
But they've been doing
Game
that over
Pass.
the past couple of
Game
years.
Pass.
Yeah.
But that was like the coolest thing where it was
Yeah.
like play it anywhere, play it on the handheld, yada yada yada. It was really cool.
Which is good because you kind of that's okay. So let's just say how it is. Xbox, Microsoft has been really good at promoting itself as like the universal platform
Yes.
to try to play in different ways, right? Xbox Game Pass has been one of the best things that Microsoft has released over the last couple of years. For what, $20 a month?
What the bag?
No, I'm all good. For $20 a month, you have access to the Game Pass library. You
Yeah.
have access to the Game Pass library on PC.
For I think it's what it's 14
That's
or
20.
15. Yeah,
No, it's $20.
Oh, it's $20.
That's
yeah.
what I have. Yeah.
That's what I have. Yeah.
And you have Xbox Live membership.
Yes.
Which is good. I think that it's a great price. There's tons of games on there, good quality games. And you're right. The fact that all these games that are being announced right now and them saying like, oh yeah, you can play it anywhere. You could literally like, hop on
Anything is Xbox.
and that's great. Is there anything that you want to talk about? Can we move on to the handheld?
I mean, of all the games, the only thing that I was a little disappointed that we weren't immediately getting is I wanted E-Day.
Yeah.
I wanted more footage of E-Day. We didn't get.
Didn't they announce a remaster of...
They did announce the
Two
remaster
or-
of 1.
Wasn't that already
it's-
remastered?
Well, it was the 4K remaster, but this one is actually like they use the E-Day engine.
Oh, I see.
So it's like it's a full-on remaster for
A visual overhaul.
It's a remaster of a remaster.
But
Yeah.
they visually overhauled it, but they also did the mechanics totally different too. So like all the mechanics from the past games are now in one.
Did they say that it was going to
They
be...
did that with The Last of Us. After
Yeah.
like the second remaster they did,
Yeah.
they just ended up doing.
Did they say
Yeah.
that it was going to be playable for PlayStation?
Yes,
There you go.
they said it was going to be on PlayStation. It was going to be on PlayStation 5.
He gets to experience Coltrane.
Yeah.
The first one.
Coltrane,
baby.
The first one.
It's Coltrane, baby.
Right? The
I
second,
love that actor.
The
too,
first one
who
dies?
voices Col-
Huh?
The first one dies in the first one, right?
No, Coltrane. He lives. That's Carbine. That's
Carbine. There you go. Yeah.
That's the Carmine brothers.
Yeah,
Carmine, yeah.
Carmine.
The
yeah.
Carmine brothers, because that's the trope in the thing is that every Gears of War game has a Carmine,
Yeah.
and then they
But it's a
die.
brother.
and they're a brother.
Doesn't the first one die because he like runs through like he dies
He
with
gets
you
shot.
No, he gets shot in the head.
He gets shot in the head.
Yeah, he gets
Who
shot in the head.
dies? And you see his death in the shadows.
I think
It was somebody else, but because Carmine dies, he
you
gets
get two Carmines in the first one.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
We get the Carmine
maybe,
that
maybe
gets
my,
shot at by the helicopter, and then we get the one that gets torn up by.
I have to play
By
one
locusts.
again.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
runs
Yeah.
around the corner.
Okay, so yeah, I guess
and
it
then one of
was-
the
I
locusts
guess
like
it was
rips him,
too.
and you just see him in the shadows.
Yeah.
So yeah, I,
I
guess
think
it was
that was
too.
Shadow, yeah.
Yeah. Because that's the reason why I love 3, because you have the jacked Carmine.
Renee, you're gonna love this game.
The sleeveless Carmine.
Yeah, you have the sleeve.
Yeah, I
where he's
remember.
just-
Love
where
this
he's just
game.
jacked.
Yeah.
And then like he's just the one that like just he's just powering through it. I love it.
Yeah.
I love the whole series. It's amazing. Except for the ones in the future. Those are weird.
Yeah.
But besides that, I was really hoping for that. And besides that, I mean, the fact that the handheld is coming out, and I love the fact that it's an ally.
We're going to the
We can
handheld.
we can go to handheld. Yeah.
One of the best things that they would have ever announced. Honestly, honest to God, I had to think about it. I think that console is made for people like me.
What that are in between whether or not you want to get a Switch or you want to get.
No, people that just don't have the time to sit down and play a game as much as they used to.
At your PC.
At my
especially.
yeah, exactly. Like okay, so specifically in my situation,
Right.
I don't have the hour or two every couple of days to sit down in front of a TV, turn on an Xbox, and just play a game. I don't. So for me, it's usually if I'm laying in bed or if I'm on break at work or something like that, a handheld would work for me, which is where the Switch came in a couple years ago. This ROG Ally looks to be like the console that you can take anywhere and play the games that you want to play, because they showcased Forza on there, right?
Yes.
Forza Horizon's a pretty demanding game.
Well, I liked it because they explained what the Xbox Ally is.
Mm-hmm.
They explained that they basically went through Windows and they took out anything that was non-essential. So anything that was a non-essential thing that takes up space in the background, they took it out of Windows.
So Windows is specifically making their operating system
for gaming, where now the CPU is no longer being tasked by these background programs. It's all it's doing is just processing the video game.
So this is basically like an
Pure
Ally.
performance.
This is an Ally minus the Windows operating system that it originally had.
Well, so it did have it has a Windows operating system that's inside of it.
But this is specifically
it's-
for the handheld.
Yes, it's streamlined for Xbox users.
That's
so it
dope.
has the Xbox buttons, it has everything else. It has the Xbox menus. It's basically everything is very
It
intuitive.
looks comfortable to hold, and
Yeah.
that's what really appealed to me. Like, because if it's gonna be heavy or like have some weight or girth to it, I want it to feel good. In my
So
hand.
the interesting thing about it was that the screen is actually tilted. So it's not
Really?
a flat screen.
Wait, did they have it showcase there or no?
So they didn't have it showcased there, but they did have like people who were describing what it was. And the idea is that the screen is not a flat screen. It is tilted forward. So basically you can hold it like this and it's looking straight. So you can have it like that and it's looking straight at you. And not only that, but also the comfortability, it just feels like an Xbox controller in your hands. That's just
nice.
separated.
Nice.
Which I would say the Xbox controller, in my opinion, is one of the most comfortable controllers.
Would you say that as a PlayStation user?
Depends on which Xbox controller.
Not the Duke. That's the first one.
The Duke is one of the
classic.
Is the classic. It's just not
It's a
comfortable.
classic Igor controller.
If you were to go best controller, I would definitely say probably GameCube. I love the GameCube controller.
Yeah.
I thought
The
you were just gonna
placement.
stick to Xbox right now because I was gonna say the 361.
No, if I were to give you like the 5 best controllers, I would probably say it was like
The N64.
No,
I'm just kidding.
no.
Don't
the
forget
game-
the power,
Sega
the
Gens.
power glove.
No,
I feel like that
power
one.
No,
The power glove is number one.
If
The
anything,
Virtual Boy?
I would say it's the Super Nintendo. The Super Nintendo controller is very comfortable. You can play on the Super Nintendo controller pretty much all day. Like there is no fatigue in it. All the buttons make sense. There's no like jumping over or anything like that. The GameCube controller is amazing. It's almost
Yeah.
near perfect. Then you have the Xbox 360 controller, which is just perfect. It's there's nothing wrong with that controller. And then you have the Xbox One controller that we have now, which I mean, for the most part, they just got the 360 controller, added triggers, and they did everything else. But yeah, for the most part, I would say it's the PlayStation controller.
The PlayStation 5 controller, the new one.
You only listed 4.
It feels.
I would go with the PS2.
I do like the PS5 controller.
I like the PS5. It's something in where the handles are.
Yeah.
It's at a certain dimension that just feels really comfortable in my palms.
Yeah.
And then just the weight. I feel like that one is probably like in my top 2.
That's
for
the thing.
controllers.
So that's the-
GameCube and the PS5.
That's the one thing that I've been hearing as complaints for the Switch, especially for their Pro controller.
The Switch 2?
The Switch 2 is apparently their Pro controller. It doesn't angle out this way. It angles this way.
So it still plays like a Switch.
So it plays
controller.
it still plays like a Switch controller. But the thing is that Nintendo hasn't figured out that your arms go out this way. So when your hands come in, it's more comfortable to be like this than to be like this.
Yeah. No, I feel it. I remember. I know.
Yeah. So like Switch hasn't figured it out, whereas Xbox and PlayStation all go, oh, that makes sense. Like that makes total sense.
Also, I just want to throw out the haptic feedback
Triggers.
on the PlayStation 5 controllers. Super awesome.
The-
Because like certain games I'm playing, they always feel super distinct
I-
from one another.
I like
you know,
that
when
they
I'm
are
using it.
adding they're adding the haptic feedback triggers on the Ally. They're on the Ally, but they're only for the Xbox Ally X. That's the highest tier. If you get the lowest tier, it doesn't. The only thing it doesn't have is lower memory, and it doesn't have the haptic triggers.
So let's talk about price point for these handheld devices, because the Steam Deck. Can you look up the prices on the Steam Deck real quick?
$699.
$699, and that's
so.
that for their highest. Because I know that Steam Deck doesn't offer much when it comes to like or it doesn't. It's
Steam
not the
sales during the Steam, but summer sale they do like a 20% off.
Oh yeah, I know. But what I'm saying is like when you move up tiers on the Steam Deck, they're not improving their hardware. They're just allowing you more memory, right? That's kind of what I see.
Valve Steam Deck 2 terabyte upgraded handheld gaming console with cartridge, blah blah blah, is going for $699.
Can you look up the
From
Ally?
Amazon.
The Ally, the ROG Ally, the most current
ROG
one.
Ally X.
I believe that one's like
1080p gaming.
I think it's like $799,
That's
isn't it?
$899.
There you go.
Okay.
And that's from Best Buy.
So here is, and now I'm going to change my price point on these Xbox specific ones.
That's also the thing that people have been saying is because the ROG Ally is in the 800s, that most likely this Xbox One is going to be somewhere in the 8s. It's going to be 7 to 8.
9.
Like no, they're
$899.
I'm telling you right now, in order to like get it down so that way it's more accessible, it's got to be somewhere in the 7 and 8. If it's going $1,000, it's too much.
So the reason I say
for that like super extreme
yes,
one, with the
I wouldn't say
maybe.
I wouldn't say $999. I'm going to say $899, and the only reason why is because Xbox is notorious for wanting to upsell their first party items. So like their terabyte cards that you put into the back of the Xbox, you can get.
But remember,
like
this isn't Sony. This isn't. But this isn't.
Same thing with Sony.
But remember, this isn't first party.
No, it's partnered with someone else. But that's the thing is, do you want the Ally regular or do you want the Ally Xbox edition?
Well, that was the
if you want the Xbox, here's $100 more.
That was also the interesting one. So the lowest tier one was white, whereas the top tier one is black, like Xbox Black. So it was like, do you want the lower tier one or do you want the Xbox Black one?
Do you want to be white or black?
That's not what I was saying. It's not where we were going with this.
That's what I heard.
It's not where we were going with this.
That's what I heard.
No, I know what you mean. It's the Xboxes One X's are black.
See, here was my thing though, and that was the one thing I loved about what they were showcasing at the show, was the fact that it will then categorize your library. So you can then put BattleNet, you can put Steam, you can then put Ubisoft, you can put EA, you can do all of that, and everything will show up on your main screen.
Which is so perfect because
and then it'll launch, and then it'll just launch it, and all you have to do is just search and click it, and it'll launch for you, and there's nothing else in the background.
Now my question is, how easy is it to play certain Steam games? Because I'm going to assume that not every Steam game is going to be playable on that hardware.
Anything that's anything that has big box mode, pretty much, and most Steam games have a controller connection to it.
Because like there's several different games on Steam that I feel like would benefit from this, especially like all these, because Steam has sales all the time. I think Resident Evil just did a sale. Capcom, I think you can get like Village and 7 for like $10.
Yeah. Yep.
It's like super cheap, right? Xbox, their marketplace usually never has sales, but like for you to be able to get Steam games and then play them on there, I want to know if it's optimized for you to be able to play those games well, or do you have to go to the back door and kind of like
no. They were saying that everything is going to be optimized, easy to play. You turn it on, it automatically goes to the best possible graphics for it.
There you go.
And you're going to be playing everything at 1080p, 120 frames.
I like that part.
Not only that, but also they were saying that the battery is going to last somewhere between 7 to 8 hours, and that's rigorous play. Like I'm sitting there playing the dang thing. 7 to 8 hours is a lot.
Fallout 76. Here I
Shut
come
up
again.
and take my money.
Yeah. And that's the thing though, is that they already said this is coming out Christmas. This is where it's coming out Christmas. Pre-orders are probably going to be somewhere in like October.
So
maybe.
they basically said, "All right, Nintendo, bet."
Yeah, that's essentially what they did.
Game on.
Well, and it was so funny too because the Switch had literally just come out.
Okay.
And because here's the thing though, if you are a Switch person and you're like, I'm gonna save my money for the Switch, I'm gonna spend the $700 to $1,000 to buy the Switch 2.
Yeah.
Then you go, wait a minute. The Switch 2 is $700, but I can always, and I'm not going to be able to get availability until Christmas. I could just save this money and get an Ally. for the same amount of money.
And can we move on to the Switch? Because we were talking about wanting to talk about it a little bit more. Now that it's fully released, it's been a week since people have had it. Okay.
I've played it. It's not great. It's okay.
Your brother has it, right?
I played it at his house, and then I also played Phantom Pain. Or not the Phantom Pain. Phantom Pain, the Cyberpunk.
Oh, Phantom Liberty.
Yeah, Phantom Liberty. They had it at
IGN.
At IGN.
It says that it runs well.
There was still a little bit of ray tracing, and not only that, but also there was pixel spreading, like pixel breaking.
Yeah.
If there was a lot of things on the screen at once, which once you get into Night City, there's a lot of things getting thrown at you. So when you're going like super, super fast, it wasn't rendering super fast, and you would get like that tearing.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's a 5-year-old game, guys. Come on.
Yeah, but you're
Like-
also running on like PlayStation 4 equivalent
Like,
hardware.
yeah, but it's a 5-year-old game.
Yeah.
Come on.
So here's what I will say about the Switch 2 so far. I still have that FOMO of wanting it because I do like Mario Kart, even though I am kind of upset that it's an $80 game. It doesn't look like it is. To me, there's that FOMO. There's that child in me that wants to have the Switch 2 because of Mario Kart, because of Pokemon ZA. But when you look at the logistics of what you're going to be going up against come Christmas, it doesn't make sense. And so I'm looking at the Switch and everything that everyone's talking about. And it just feels to me like a lot of people, they're not trying to kind of like settle, but they're trying to come to terms with the fact that like, yeah, this makes sense that it's a $500 console when it's not really. Like, I mean, it's an improvement from the Switch 1.
It's a low-end Steam Deck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a
low-end Steam Deck.
$399
Yeah.
kind of
Like-
should be priced
You know what
console.
would have been super funny? It would have been the funniest thing in the world. And I'm pretty sure they couldn't do it just because of legality. If they would have made the Xbox Ally, but they would have taken the Xbox controller and it would have snapped off, and then you could have made it made it an Xbox controller, and then it came out with a dock and just went, boom, we gave you a better Switch.
There you go.
That would have been hilarious.
Nintendo probably
Yeah,
definitely would have sued.
It would have been
But-
like that moment of like, I don't know who, but Nintendo sued somebody.
But we can't ignore the fact that the Switch has become it's become the fastest selling console ever with 3.5 million units in 4 days. Yeah.
Dang.
I think so. I don't know if it's the fastest selling console or Nintendo's fastest
It's definitely
selling
the
console.
heart. It's definitely it didn't disappoint in its sales.
No, but the problem is that you had so many people.
Specs wise, it is very disappointing.
It is, but
3.5 million units worldwide in its first 4 days.
And is it
setting a record
Nintendo's?
for the fastest selling Nintendo console?
Okay, so
Nintendo
Nintendo
console.
specifically.
This milestone was achieved in the 4th day. Yeah.
Yeah. So my thing is, and I don't understand, this is what pisses me off about the Nintendo community.
What?
You guys want change to happen into your ecosystem. But when the stuff comes out for you guys then end up folding and bending over for them. Like, without even any kind of lube. You just
like
say, take me raw.
It is.
That's
like
all it is.
It's like a terrible porno.
It's
It's like oops, and then you bend over in your.
This
pants
is an
are off.
outrage. I want a price drop. You're out already. Okay, here. That's all it is. And it's kind of like, why?
Be gentle.
Yeah,
And
be
then, and then you just see Nintendo. I'm not. It's you know what it is? It's that scene from 300. Well, this will not be gentle. This will not be quick.
Yeah. But it makes no sense because like they refuse to acknowledge the fact that it's slightly overpriced. The game is not worth $80.
No.
And even though there's a lot of content, there is no justification for why you go out and buy this product when just a couple months ago, you guys were the same people complaining that it was way too expensive and they have to drop the price.
I think you're not looking in the right location of the world. Why the numbers are so high? Because everyone in Japan loves Nintendo.
Yeah.
Japan is a very high populated.
But
Yes.
and not only that, but also handhelds rule there.
Yeah.
Yes.
The Japanese love a handheld.
Yeah.
So
a good handheld.
1.1 million units were sold in its launch week here in the United States. Just 1.1.
So a third, no, a little over a third. I would say
Yeah.
half.
Yeah.
Half, right?
So yeah, that's the United States. So could
But
you imagine?
that's what I'm talking about. Is this audience here?
Yeah.
Japan's gonna chill for their company.
Oh, dude, Japan.
That's why the PlayStation rules over there, and that's why Nintendo rules over there. I have no problem with that because that's their company.
Japan went. It is an honor. Put it in.
Yeah. Whatever you want.
Whatever you want, son. I'll do it.
That's
Whatever
fine.
you want.
2.4 million more units
do you have
were
it?
sold globally.
I thought it was so funny because it was there was a creator that was on TikTok, and he goes, "Look, it's Super Mario Kart. It's Mario Kart 8, and this one is Mario Kart World." And then like the guy's looking at it, and he goes, "Wow, that one looks really great." And then he goes, "Oh, my bad." And then he switches the cartridges, like he switches the boxes, and he goes, "That's Mario Kart World. That's Mario Kart 8. Oh yeah, I see it now. That one's better." Where it was like, oh, they look almost identical. Like the games literally look. There's no graphical difference. There's no mechanical difference.
No,
or
that guy's an
anything
idiot.
that.
Like there is a difference.
No, there's not.
There from 8 to World, yes. If you
the amount of people that are in it, yes.
No. The way
stages,
it looks
yes.
is different. Like
Only
there's
ever so
the
slightly.
thing is, if you're doing that, you're dumb.
I'm gonna take a picture. I'm gonna take a screenshot of both. And I'm gonna put them right next to each other.
do it with the same card and the same
I'm
character,
gonna
and
be
I can tell you the
and
difference.
And you're gonna be
You
like,
can do the Creed thing. Be like, Carpet wants you to just find the difference between these two.
Yeah, I was just
There's no difference. They're both the same picture.
Look, I will be.
I love the I love the Brooklyn Nine-Nine. One is is a dumpster in the Philippines.
And
one is your desk,
locker.
and one is your locker.
Yeah.
Which one is which? That's the dump. They're both your locker. I knew it. This guy's good. This guy's good.
Oh, when he showed to Peralta, yeah. All right,
He's like, man, he's good. He's
but I
really
will
good.
say this. I will say this. When it comes to Mario Kart World, there's a creator. I love the guy, Shortcat. The Mario Kart ecosystem wants change because they've dealt with Mario Kart 8 for 11 years, right?
Yeah.
You get World, which is completely different. Now that these changes come in, they're complaining that the changes are not good enough.
They're not.
But it's different, and that's what I want because hear me out.
It's different, and it's a downgrade
For
at the
me-
same time.
For
It's-
me,
either
it
that
gets
it's
me
just
excited.
stagnant.
For me, it gets me excited because what I like about what they're doing in World, from what I've seen, until I play it, maybe I have a different opinion. But from what I've seen, I like the fact that the world is connected. The fact that you can drive from one place to another, and then you can race in the course one lap. There's that intermission race.
It's the slowest transition
Yes.
ever.
But I want to try it. It gets me excited. But the fact that these creators want changes from Mario Kart 8 and they finally get it in World, they're like, these changes are bad. I want it back. I want Mario Kart 8 back. It's like, why? Why do you complain? This is why you guys can never be satisfied. And
What
this
are
is
they
why-
asking for, though? What are they asking? What are their demands to make it a better game? Yes,
For
they're-
8?
yes, they're saying these things that like this is bad about it. This is bad about it. But what is it that they're asking for? The bare minimum.
Mm-hmm.
And Nintendo's not even providing the bare minimum.
No, yeah.
So that's why they're so angry. Like this sucks. This sucks. This sucks.
It doesn't
please them.
hold on. It doesn't. No, it doesn't have. It doesn't have quick charge. It does. It eats battery like it's going. It eats battery like I eat tacos. This is ridiculous. Like how do you?
Not
like,
often?
Huh?
Not often.
What do you mean?
I rarely see you eat a taco.
That's
I love tacos.
No, that's true. You always bring different food.
Yeah.
Maybe once every like 2 months you bring.
Why are you guys hating on my taco?
Because
game?
you're saying you eat tacos, and we're like, when was the last time you brought tacos
Yeah,
to
you're
the store?
trying to make it seem like this is a
No.
frequent
I'm
thing.
just
Stop
saying-
lying to us,
I've
Nick.
never seen him eat a taco. Have you, Rene?
No, I've seen him eat a taco.
No, don't defend
Whatever.
him. Don't defend him.
Anyway, I'm just saying. What I'm saying.
Don't do that.
What I'm saying is that at 100%, I shouldn't get only 100 minutes on my Switch.
No, and that makes sense. I
I
100% understand that.
It should not be a percentage a minute. Whereas I'm playing it, it's then going, oh, you wanted to play longer? That sucks.
Sorry, got
You
a
had-
power bank.
Yeah, you no, and then if you have a power bank, it's not it doesn't take the fast charge, so it charges slow.
Yeah.
It's mediocre technology in a mediocre system, and I love the fact that Xbox went.
Mediocre company.
I will show you my dick, and I will show you what a handheld is supposed to look like.
But that's okay. So
No, because that's the honest truth. When I think of a handheld, and I saw the Xbox showing off what their handheld is gonna look like,
Yeah.
and all the specs and everything else, and how it was gonna work, I was like, that's what a handheld should look like. This is what.
Which, yeah.
You like the thud.
No, because
Every time I go. It's Bryan every time.
Because the cool thing about the Ally was really cool, where you had both Xbox Play, but you also had Steam. The worst thing about the Ally was the actual controller. Like, holding it was uncomfortable.
I get
It's
that.
heavy.
I get that.
It was bulky. Now we gave it a proper controller.
I get
and it's
that.
gonna be super comfortable, and I'm super excited for it.
My thing is that when I look at the Switch and when I look at what Xbox is going to offer, yes, Xbox is going to dominate Nintendo no matter what, because when it comes to the gamer ecosystem, the ones that truly want to play games, the Ally is going to be the one to go. It's going to be my go-to because I'm going to be able to play games on the go now wherever I'm at. It works.
Absolutely.
The thing is that I feel like it's more of the smallest portion of the community is the loudest one here when it comes to Nintendo. You have grown-ass adults talking for the community when they're not the representatives of the Nintendo community. They think they are, but they're not. At the end of the day, Nintendo is a toy. It's a toy. It's a toy system. It's nothing more than just a thing you can give to kids that adults can play too and have fun, but it's not supposed to be the next revolutionary thing. Granted, Nintendo has been that. It hasn't been that in a while.
Who's spending the money on the product, though?
The adults. But that's
Okay.
the thing is that...
So if I'm spending money on a product, then I should be able to voice, or at least...
You should.
That's
and
how
that's,
consumerism
and that's,
works.
and that, yeah, and that's where you come in and be like, I'm not going to buy it. For me...
like, I'll buy it, but do this.
Yes,
No, but
Why
but for
aren't you
me,
doing
I'm
that?
I'm not. I don't see the point in me buying it yet.
No,
I
good.
want to wait until something happens because Microsoft is coming out with something better.
Yeah.
The thing is,
100% on both of them. I wouldn't buy an Xbox Ally as soon as it comes out.
no, because
I
it's
would-
going to have a bunch of updates and,
And
yeah,
I
issues.
also wouldn't get the first Switch. I wouldn't. I mean, this first version of the Switch 2.
There's nothing special.
I'm not going to get it because, one, there's nothing special to it. Two, battery sucks. Three, like, it's just not there yet.
But this
I
gets
wouldn't
me-
want to buy that.
So
this-
I would definitely get
if I had the
version
money,
2.
I wouldn't buy it.
But
I
this-
would get the version 2.
Yeah.
This gets me to the point of Nintendo used to be the revolutionary company. Like when we think of like old consoles that they used to do, the Wii sold as well as it did because it was so different than any other console at its
Yeah,
time,
but-
and that's what made it
The
unique.
GameCube, too.
The GameCube,
And it didn't really sell that well.
But
You
yeah,
know what? And I love the idea of the GameCube as they immediately went, "Oh, you're taking this to people's houses." Like that's the whole reason for its small.
That's how
factor,
I used it.
is I'm taking it over for LAN parties. You're taking it to
It had a
somebody.
ha- it
That's
had
why
a
it had a handle.
Yeah.
Yeah, it had
That's
a
the
handle
whole
built
reason
into
why
it.
it had a handle.
the discs
built
were
in.
super small and compact. Yeah, it was
so that
it was
way-
unique.
So that way
But
you could take it to people's houses.
that's
The
why
Wii-
to me the Switch 1 was so cool because it was so different than anything else. I still have the OG, like the first Switch that ever came out. I'm not getting rid of that. But I
the
don't
red and blue one.
No, the OG, the one with the black controllers. Like
That's
we're
not
talking
the OG.
about
The red and blue one is.
Yeah.
The,
No,
the
they
black.
had
gen.
both. They had. I got it
that's
on
a
launch.
first
It's
gen.
the updated one is black.
I
Yes.
got it on launch. I literally got it day one.
No, the day one launch was the red and blue.
Red and blue.
Yeah.
I bought it.
I have the Gen 1.
I'm telling you
I have
right
the Gen
now-
I
1
will
Switch.
check the serial number on there. It is Gen
I
1.
understand
Right,
that, but
my
the,
brother specifically said, "Oh, you have the Gen 1 Switch still.
'Cause it
Give
has
it
the
me
blue
so
and
I
red.
can mod it." Yeah, and it's the
if
one
you had
that,
if you had the black one, that was Gen 2 because it had the extended battery.
I swear, I'm getting
I
gaslit.
swear to-
It's
no,
not.
you're not.
No.
It's not.
I
yes,
swear to
I will
God.
show you.
I-
and
you
the
know-
OG.
you know, people who
Hold
say
on,
I'm being
I'm not
gaslit
right.
are
Hold on,
normally
I-
people who can't take no for an answer.
I know, but hold on. That's what the difference was, right?
Yeah.
That's how you knew which one
Yes.
was the
The
extended
OG
battery.
had black.
No, they did not.
Yes, it did.
No,
it
it did
came in
not.
black or
They-
red and blue.
No, it came in red and blue. That
Oh
was
my
it.
God!
That
I
was it.
swear
I
to
will
you.
hurt
Okay, fine. What if I'm right?
If you're right, I don't know. I'll punch myself in the dick.
Okay.
But I'm not.
Okay.
Can we film it for?
Yeah.
No, I'll-
no,
I'll
no,
do-
no, no,
I'll-
no,
I'll-
no,
I'll do
no,
it in- I'll
no,
do
no,
it-
no. Now we.
No,
I
you
want it
know
to
what?
happen.
They have to
Fine.
pay $5 to see that.
Yeah. All right. We'll look at it in post credits. We'll look it up.
There you go.
I'm telling you right now, it's
That
the
was
red
easy.
and blue. I'm telling you in the red. It's the red. Okay. So what happens if you're wrong?
Nothing. I'm just wrong.
No, that's not.
That's
no,
the benefit
That's not.
of it.
That's not equivalent
No.
exchange.
You just said I'm wrong.
no.
That's all it
That's
is.
not, no. That's not equivalent exchange.
That is
I'm not gonna
equivalent exchange
punch-
because you could just leave it alone and be like, look, okay, fine.
No,
You say that it was, it
I'm not
was.
gonna-
So
'cause
I'm
you-
just wrong. No,
I
that's
get
it.
to hit you in the dick.
What?
and
No,
then
I'm not going to agree to that. No.
I'm not going to agree to hit you myself.
Then that's fine.
Okay.
But I'm right.
You're not.
So what was the argument again?
The
not a
original
way-
Switch 1, the first gen,
Yeah.
Bryan is saying that it is the gray and black controllers Nick and I are saying it's the
blue
red
And
blue.
blue and red.
When you
Blue and red.
pre-ordered,
I
I
thought.
pre-ordered.
Yeah.
Huh?
That's what I thought.
When
It
I
was the red and
pre-ordered the Switch, I got it day of release, and I
Okay.
got 2 black Joy-Cons to it.
Okay.
That's how I got it. 2 black
That's the
Joy-Cons.
first one.
That's the first one. I got it day 1 of release because I got Breath of the Wild. I remember because I purchased it on Amazon.
Look, I want you
Now,
to look it
okay.
up.
I'm
later.
gonna look at it.
Now, when they did the not a second gen, but like another run of Switch ones,
Yes.
was it red and gray?
No, it was red. It was blue and red. It was the same color option.
Okay.
So the same color. Yes, it was.
Okay, so but you're claiming that you received a gray and red one.
No, I received black Joy-Cons on my Switch.
Oh, black Joy-Con.
Black Joy-Cons.
Buy black Joy-Cons.
It came with the Switch.
separately.
It came with the Switch, and I remember. Why are you taking your belt off?
So I'll prove something. No, it's getting uncomfortable.
Oh, okay, it's all good.
I've been wearing my belt all day.
You know what? We're both right. The original Nintendo Switch came in 2 colors at launch, neon red and blue. Additionally, a gray version was also available.
Really?
Ah, it was an option.
Yeah.
So it was an option.
So Brian
I could
was
have. I could have.
correct.
I could have sworn.
But
it
you
was
both are correct.
It's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
So you both hit each other in the nuts.
I was right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, both.
No,
hit
no,
each
no,
other
no,
in
no,
the
no, no,
nuts.
no, 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 USOB. We were right.
We were both right.
Don't single yourself out.
We
I
were-
was right.
No,
No,
okay,
we
fine.
were right.
We were both right. We were both right.
I could have.
I know what I bought.
I could have sworn it was just the blue and red because the
Same.
black one.
No,
because the black one
because
was
I,
out
you
of
know,
press.
you know why I know?
Christmas, the
It's
year it
because I
came
was
out.
pissed off I couldn't get the red and blues
Oh.
because they sold out. They sold out, so I had to get it on Amazon.
Okay. Well, we're gonna move on.
I thought you.
Why do you have a buckle?
Because it's trying to put in.
buckle, man. Like
It's not that weird. It's just flipping a switch. What are you doing?
taking up the thing.
Just undo it. There's a little thing. No. I'm gonna break my belt.
Oh.
You just hold.
Oh, it was looped in like that. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
You just.
I didn't know.
You
that.
just.
I thought you just shoved it in, just like.
Yeah, you do.
flipped it.
You just do it like that, and then you
okay.
just hold this, and then
Yeah.
it comes out.
Riveting stuff.
No, I know. I'm just talking to the people over.
Oh my god!
You remember that sound?
Oh, God.
Whoa, the way it peaked.
Dang!
Hey, I'm just saying. I puckered.
I think the first one was actually louder.
There you go.
All right. Well, now we have to cut those. Anyway,
No, it lowers it.
no. You know what? I think I'm gonna change them out with something else.
Is it the anime wife?
I did. I was thinking about that.
Alrighty. Moving on. We got one more topic to talk about, you guys. You guys want to go watch How to Train Your Dragon, right?
That we did.
Yeah, how
I
was
took
it?
a nap.
He did.
What time did you guys go watch the movie?
It was
9:30.
9 o'clock, but it was because we saw it on a Wednesday.
Yeah. So we saw an early. It was technically an early screening.
Did you guys actually use your A-list for it?
Yeah,
We were able to get
Okay.
it through A-list.
So here was the thing. So I pick up Rene. Rene was doing pull list that day. He was really tired, and I go, and then he gets in the car. He's like, "Man, I'm super tired." And I'm like, "Oh, okay. Like, you sure you want to see this movie?" And he's like, "Yeah, like
We're
I've
here,
seen it.
yeah.
Like I've seen it before. Like it's not like I'm gonna miss anything." And he was right. He was absolutely right. It was almost a shot for shot of the original movie.
Yeah, and
Which
the
isn't
parts I
bad.
woke up, I mean, that looked cool. Like Hiccup was good casting. Gerard Butler was really great. Toothless looked amazing.
You know, the funniest thing that I heard from Rene is him asleep. And then he wakes up in the middle of the movie and goes, "Oh, there's still more movie." and then falls back asleep. That's the funniest thing I heard.
Wow,
the
the
entire time.
roles reversed.
I was
Yeah,
tired.
he was tired. I stood through the whole thing. Also, we sat. So I guess we sat in this couple's.
Yeah.
Like we sat in the couple right next to us.
So we
like-
overshot our seats. Just
Yeah.
like one row over.
yeah,
Not
like-
like a row, but like one section
like two
over.
two
Yeah.
seats over.
Yeah.
So our seats were right here. Their seats were right here.
Okay.
So then the guy sat down next to us, and then she was like, "I think they're in our seats." And then he was like, "Oh well, you know, I
If
guess-
someone comes
if
for
somebody
these
comes.
seats, we'll let them know.
yeah, we'll let them know so that way they can move." And then the guy comes over to me and he's like, "Hey man, you know, I know you guys are in our seats. It's not a big deal, but if they come, if the people that are in our seats, if they come, you guys are gonna have to move." And then I go, "I think we are those people." And then he goes, what? And then I pulled up the ticket and I was like, yeah, I'm supposed to be sitting in those seats. And he goes, I think I'm supposed to be sitting in yours. And I go, we'll move. And he's like, no, it's cool. Don't worry about it, man. Don't worry about it. And then I could hear him talking to his girlfriend because she's like, well, make them move. And then he's like, no, it's not that big a deal. And then she's like, make them move. And then all of a sudden he goes, no, we'll be fine.
So he's a passive one.
So I'm hearing this like minor argument next to me. And
Before
then,
you see Toothless.
yeah, and I was
This was during the movie?
no, this is like right before the movie
movie.
starts.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like right before the movie starts, and eventually he's just like, "It's fine.
Yeah.
We all have the same seat. It's not a big deal." Everything else, and I'm like, "This doesn't bother me. Like I have no dog in this race."
To be fair, it did feel we were more centered.
We were. Oh no, we were in better seats. We were definitely in better
We were more
seats.
centered. Yeah.
Oh, and I forgot them in the car. We did get full.
They give you a full IMAX poster.
Yeah, we got full IMAX
yeah.
posters.
You guys actually got the posters
So what-
from the theater that
so
usually doesn't have stuff?
What she was telling us is she goes, we're not handing them out at the entrance anymore. It's when you come into the theater that we're handing them out now.
Yeah.
Because they actually had an A-list, because technically this was an A-list screening. So it had an A-list
That doesn't
premiere.
solve the problem as to why they always run out, though.
So when we went, it was like, this is an A-list screening, so everybody here is an A-list member, so everybody gets a full poster. So as we were walking in to go to our seats, the lady was there going, would you like a poster?
Yeah.
Would you like a poster? I was like, yeah. And then I went, can I get two? And she goes, no, I can't give you two. I go,
Yep.
I hate you.
I was like, you sure? She's like, oh, yeah, I can't. And I go, all right. I tried.
That's okay.
I tried.
But you guys got posters.
Yeah, we did,
yeah,
and they're huge.
Yeah, they're big.
They were so big that I was like, I don't know what to do with this thing.
I know what I'm saying. I don't
I
even know
even-
where to put it up. I might give it to my niece.
Yeah.
And put it in her room.
It was, but I mean, also, it's a live action version of the original poster. Like literally, they just got the original poster and, they just made it live.
And
action.
honestly, that's how the movie is. It's just an exact copy,
Is that a bad thing?
You know what the thing was, and here's the tricky thing. And I understand these remakes, the remake writers. If we do the exact same thing, it's kind of boring, because the movie, if you've seen the original, pretty predictable. You know what happens. You're like, okay, I know exactly how this is going. If you go to like Lilo and Stitch and everything else, you're like, oh, it's a little different. The way that we're gonna get there is a little different, so it's entertaining to see how they get there. This one, almost shot for shot. Like, actually, the funnier thing was the movie was longer than the original because
That's
they
what
stretched
I noticed
scenes.
too. It did feel longer than watch, because I watched the animated before I watched the movie,
Yes.
the day of and stuff. And I put it on, and I was not paying attention a lot, but I was like, okay, yeah, that was a quick movie. Overall, it was a quick movie. This one felt really long.
Yeah.
So the director did say that they wanted to change things up a little bit. So where were those changes then?
So the interesting thing was
yeah,
that
true that.
in this one they have the benefit of foresight. So immediately they already started introducing the idea of
Bless you.
dragons have an alpha. Like there's an alpha who controls the rest of the dragons.
Yes.
In the first one, they didn't mention that. And it wasn't until the second one where they were like, you need an alpha in order to control a whole herd of dragons, and then that's when you get into the whole alpha thing. So they started. So immediately they're already starting to drop the little like, hey, this is how the dragon world kind of works. 2, they already started mentioning Hiccup's mom. They were mentioning her like right out the gate. Cool. So what Gerard Butler's character, what Stoic says, is that the dragons took her. They didn't kill her. They flew away with her, and that was it.
So that's another change, because in the movies it was, oh, your mother died.
Yeah.
Yes, that she had died to a dragon. And everything, and that was the thing that stoked Stoic's hatred of the dragons.
Okay.
Whereas this one, it doesn't say that she died per se. It just says that the dragons got her and they took her. Not only that, but then they also changed it to saying that the reason why the Vikings are different looking is because they're all different tribes of Vikings
Yeah.
that all came together on Burke.
That's cool. I like that.
All across the lands, because they came to stop the dragons. And we know that there's a dragon nest somewhere around here, and we're the last line of defense because we're the roughest, toughest. Like that's why we're here.
The Tootius Rudius.
Yeah, and so that was really cool.
Also, the character that has like all the his hands and legs are cut off, played by Nick Frost.
Nick Frost.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
didn't know
Really?
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that until going in
Yeah.
watching the movie.
We were watching it, and he was just like, "Is that Nick Frost?"
Yeah.
And then I'm like, "Nah." And then he started
How'd he
talking,
do?
and I go, "Oh, he's
He
Nick
did
Frost."
a good job.
How was
He did
it?
a good
Yeah.
job.
He did
He's
a
the
good
future
job.
Hagrid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Casting phenomenal because the kid that was played by or voiced by McLovin, the one that knows all the stats. It's Fire Fist from
Deadpool.
Deadpool.
Oh.
Yeah. So that was pretty cool, and
Yeah,
stuff.
and he's listing off all the stats. He has
Yeah.
the cards.
It's believable.
And everything. The thing that I thought was interesting too is that they changed it because I think in the original movie they did have the Book of Dragons.
Yes.
But then also Hiccup was also interested in making his own notes about dragons. This one they didn't really talk about that.
No, they didn't really dwell on Hiccup's like kind of like vast for noting and stuff like
Yes,
that. It's
like-
more for inventions and stuff. They stuck to like him wanting to craft things.
Yeah.
Yeah, which was really cool, and it ends pretty much the same way. Hiccup, they battle the Alpha. Hiccup lands, everybody's crying and everything like that. They all think he's dead, and then boom, you find out that he doesn't have a leg.
And then it's third act time. Oh, that's when he loses his leg, huh?
It's at the very end of the first one.
It's in the first one.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
He loses his leg in the first one, and then
So-
the end,
yeah.
Burke is like a dragon sanctuary.
So they do a setup where we're gonna do more of these. You can tell they're gonna try and do How to Train Your Dragon 2, which I'm actually looking forward because I want to see how the progression of Hiccup, how they show that and stuff.
Yeah.
And plus, I want to see his suit in real life. That would be really
Yeah,
cool.
his suit was really sick.
Yeah.
Also, I just like the How to Train Your Dragon series in general.
It's a very
It's fun.
It's a
It's
deep
very fun.
kids movie, like
Yeah.
kids series.
It's got a lot of lore. It has
does,
a lot
yeah.
of lore. I don't know if you guys have ever seen
show.
the animated shows
Yeah.
on Netflix.
Oh, apparently, like it goes further into it, right?
Yeah,
it's a
'cause
little bit more into the future.
Well, because they have the there's
It's
two
in
of them.
between. It's in between. Like, oh well, yeah.
There's two of them. There's one that's in between 2 and 3, which is like the edge of the world or something like that.
Yeah.
And that one is them searching for other dragons, and that's how like they pretty much building. Burke.
And honestly, the world building and the storytelling for like the villains and the characters,
Yeah.
so well done, well done.
And then the other one that
Cartoon
they've
Network
done
killed it.
Yeah, the other one that they did was How to Train Your Dragon, and it's like the new How to Train Your Dragon. It's brand new characters, and it takes place in the future. And it takes place, I think, like 300 years in the future. It's modern day, and and what you end up finding out is that the Hiccup was here, like where they're doing the science exposition. Hiccup was here. You find different Viking artifacts. You find drawings on the wall. You're finding the Book of Dragons.
So Legend of Korra.
Very much so. And then you also find Toothless's like great descendant.
Yeah.
Because there's no longer Night Furies. Now that's like a hybrid.
So is his descendant Toother?
Kind of, and then you
Or
end up,
Toothier?
which is also interesting too, because you end up finding, because when he starts looking into Hiccup, because he finds the Book of Dragons, and in the front it says Hiccup and it says Burke and everything else. He brings it to his mom, who's a scientist, and she goes, we actually had an ancestor whose name was Hiccup. And what was it? And his father was stoic, and we come from a long line of Vikings, and so you actually find out that the main character here is Hiccup's like great grandson. So it's Toothless's ancestor meets Hiccup's ancestor, and they're able to like rejoin.
That's
And
cool.
it's kind of like this eternal friendship of
Yeah,
like no matter
kindred
like
spirits.
yeah, like no matter what, he's just like Hiccup and he's just like Toothless, and they end up coming together.
They complete each other.
They do, and it's great. And there's new people, new dragons, new everything else. It's a lot of fun, and I definitely recommend it. I
Yeah.
definitely recommend the show, especially if you have like little small ones. It's a great show for them. It's fun.
All right, not bad.
Cool.
What do you guys rate the movie?
I can't normally rate it because I didn't fully watch it, but I will give you this. Will I see it again? No. Will I see the second one? Yes.
Yeah, if it's on streaming,
If it's on, you know what? I would say just watch it on streaming because it's a cut and copy paste. I feel like you really don't need to go and see it in theaters.
It's not like a must see.
No, it's not. Yeah, it's not.
I think if you were to do it, and if somebody were to go like, I'm gonna watch How to Train Your Dragon, and they were to either show the live action or the animated, not really much of a difference.
Yeah.
You'd get the same message out of it. You get the same information.
Yeah.
It's all
Same
pretty
lines and everything.
Yeah, almost the same exact like dialogue lines and everything else there too. So I would definitely recommend the animated movie, me personally, because I do
lines
like.
are better delivered.
There are some lines that are better delivered. Like I've seen a couple of like side by sides, like with Astrid.
Yeah, you were
Like,
talking about that after the movie.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there was a scene with Astrid. It's the scene where she finds out about Toothless. And it's when she trips him and then she hits him with the axe. And like Astrid is like very outraged. And she, she's like, this is for this. And then this is for, lying. The Astrid that we had here, I feel like she could have had 2 more takes.
There was a one and done.
Yeah, I feel like I'm not sure
do a
if that
couple
was
more.
I'm not sure if that was her best, if that was her best take, but or if they were just like we got to move on, because her take was a little lackluster. It didn't have as much like oomph. I think that the Astrid in this one isn't as much fun as the animated Astrid.
Astrid is Hiccup's girlfriend at the end, right?
Yes.
She's his rival in the first one.
The wife. Oh, that's right. Yeah.
But she's his rival in the first one.
Yeah.
And the thing is that in the live action, it's weird because she doesn't really have that vibe or anything else, and then they become rivals, and then the switch of her being interested in him kind of happens. There were some lines that I was just like, okay, all right, that's cool. Like whatever, but Astrid inside the animated, I was like, yeah, totally, I get it. Yeah, he's a dick. I get it. Yeah.
All right, so we got a couple minutes. Are you done with the How to Train Your Dragon?
I just think that the best thing they could have done was getting Stoic.
Yeah.
Getting
Gerard Butler?
Getting Gerard Butler, because Gerard Butler, I don't know if he filled out or anything like that. He perfectly looked like Stoic.
Yeah.
It was so great seeing
Muscle
him.
Stoic or like
he
a little
looks- he
bit
looks
like dad
husky.
bod?
Like-
Yeah, they gave him a belly. I think they gave him a...
Wasn't Gerard
Brick-
Butler a little bit? Where was he? What was he in recently?
like Brick House? Like he was a Brick House. Like you can see like if I ran into him, that was probably
He
a
kinda,
steel, like a
if
wall.
anything, he remind you of like Fat Thor.
Yeah.
That's
I
how
feel like
it
I've
seemed
seen him
like.
in a movie where he was like a dad and he was,
Which actually was pretty funny.
but he was on the huskier side.
Yeah, I did like that because that's a new line in the live action that wasn't in the other one. Because the way that the drawings are is everybody's a little bigger in the animated movies.
Yeah.
Like they're bigger. They're supposed to be muscular, but they're always like kind of drawn a little chubbier.
Yeah.
And then
Or
Hiccup,
very lanky.
yeah, or super lanky. Also, the twins aren't twins.
Yeah,
They're-
I know.
They're not identical.
I thought that was dumb. I thought that's one. I thought that was one.
The joke,
Make them identical.
the joke is still there. Like the joke is super. I actually kind of like the
They
joke.
need to hire more identical twins in Hollywood.
I just
Like,
think I thought
why the
I thought the joke.
discrimination?
Well, no, I thought the joke was kind of funny because everybody understands that they're twins, but they don't look alike, and then the twins keep saying that nobody can tell us apart. And like it adds to the fact that they're morons.
They stole that from Bullet Train.
Probably,
They
yeah.
stole that from Bullet Train.
But and so like I was like, okay, cool, whatever. Where was I going with that? Oh, anyway, Hiccup makes a comment where because Stoic says we have to protect the village because we have to feed people because the winter is coming. And then Hiccup looks around because everybody's bigger, and he goes, I don't know. Some people here could probably eat a little less, because everybody. And then you see like a bunch of them like looking at their bellies, just going like. Ooh. Like I was like, that's
That's a funny joke.
dude. That shit really defines a lot of things about you.
Not in a bad way though.
No, yeah,
This is not muscles. It's just fat forming.
No, I think it's
No,
it's
it's
muscle,
muscle.
dude.
It's muscle. Remember, there's muscle under all that.
Yep.
When he punches somebody, it's like getting.
I'm
punched by a
telling you,
train.
dude, Mandy's just not taking off her eyes off Renee at this point. Throughout the whole podcast, every time you switch off Renee, she's like, aw.
I'm gonna slightly.
Hey.
I'm gonna slightly move the frame so that way he's just slightly cut off.
Just a little, just the whole time, little corner of me just going.
Yeah.
Like,
Mandy calls Renee. He's like, bring your shirt.
Oh, she is coming
That's yours
over
now.
next episode.
Yeah.
You gotta dye your hair.
Yep, that's what's coming.
Next episode, guys.
There we go.
It's happening.
It's happening.
It's happening. You need to pick out your color.
I told you.
What color?
What do you mean finally? Jesus, I got a job, dude. They don't let me dye my hair. What was I going to say? We got about 10 minutes left in the show, right?
Yeah, I just wanted to say one last thing. Happy birthday, Sean.
Happy birthday, Sean. Yeah.
Happy birthday.
Thank you, guys.
Welcome.
Yeah.
I was
How old are you
gonna-
now? 42?
33. Yeah.
Dang, dude.
Man, you old.
Yeah.
I know.
I'll be there. Wait, am I 30? No. Wait, are you 92?
Yeah.
Huh? Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were 93 with me.
No.
I'm 92 too.
Yeah, we're
Am
all,
I the youngest amongst you
Your
guys?
birthday
Yes.
is in a few days as well, right?
Yeah, it's on the 20th.
That's right.
Happy birthday, guys.
yeah.
No problem.
Thank you.
No problem.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, I got myself.
Can you see it?
What?
No.
Oh no!
You got yourself what?
It's a clear one. That's funny.
I got myself a video
clear
game for my
sticker.
birthday.
Yeah, I know.
It's a clear sticker. Who puts
So
a
it's
clear
fun.
sticker?
Stellar Blade?
Hmm?
Yeah.
You guys haven't played it?
Check out the
Play it. It's on PC now.
out the sticker.
As of the
You can
recording,
put on your
game came out
camera.
last week. Super fun.
we got
No,
10
it
minutes.
really is.
We got 10 minutes to burn. We do comic strips, maybe one or two subjects.
Was there anything?
Yeah, we can
Yeah,
talk
we
about the
can-
release of Stellar Blade and its phenomenal Steam charts.
Comic strips, the portion of the show where we talk about topics
That's
that
where I
don't
go to
merit a
the
10 to 15 minute conversation because, we got 10 minutes left in the show.
Yeah.
Stellar Blade, what do you think of it?
Sorry.
You played it?
Visually,
No.
It's in my library.
Graphics, yeah, it's in our library. He can play it now too.
It's in my library.
Yeah.
Graphics,
sure, why not?
storytelling, and what I really like is you cannot
take
skip
a
the
bite of that?
cutscenes. You
No.
can't
No.
skip any cutscenes at all.
Oh, so it's,
You can't
so
skip
it's like
cutscenes
Metal
at all?
Gear Solid.
Yeah.
It's like Metal Gear Solid. Go get a sandwich while you're doing it, or
Yes. No, not it's. They're not that long. They're not that long. I would say like the longest I've had is like a minute 40.
what? It's good, huh? It's a good brownie.
No.
That was really good.
And the other one over here.
You want to just have the other half?
And you feel like such a badass when you fight.
I wanted to talk about real quick
What's up?
to Rene. I wanted to bring up the conversation of R-Truth and WWE
Okay.
and how supposedly they actually did let him go,
Yeah.
but then
Wait,
because
WWE did.
Well, no.
Yeah,
Well,
R-Truth
it was all so. And when Triple H was asked after Money in the Bank, when R-Truth came out and attacked John Cena after the main event, someone was asked, "So was R-Truth really fired?" He goes, "Hey," he goes, "It's all a show, man." He goes, "Are you enjoying the show?" And that's it. So like that's
well,
it.
that's the thing is that if he was actually because he wasn't let go,
No,
the whole thing is that he actually had
His
2 weeks
contract-
left in his contract.
Yeah.
They didn't renew it.
no.
And then people were outraged because he did this whole departure thing. And because audiences wanted him back, they managed to sign a new contract with him.
Dude,
Oh, they did in the end.
yeah.
They did in the end. That's why he came back.
Why
in
were
Money
they
in the
so
Bank.
reluctant the first time around on not wanting to?
So there's a lot
make
of
a new
rumors.
contract?
There's a lot of rumors that are saying that TKO is actually billions in dollars in debt, which
Oh.
is why, and it kind of makes sense. Like, here's the thing: it makes sense when you start to look at their moves. They've been pushing a lot of Saudi Arabia pay-per-views.
Yeah.
WrestleMania 42 is going back to
What,
Vegas.
what is it called? King of Kings or something like that?
The King and Queen or King and Queen tournament.
King of the Ring,
King of the Ring.
King and
there
Queen
it
of the
is.
Ring.
Yeah, because that's where Punk is going to be fighting Cena.
John Cena.
Right?
Yeah.
for the
But
title.
yes, and that's the thing that pissed people off because CM Punk on last week's Raw said, "Why don't you fight me here and now?"
And he goes, no.
No, oh yeah, I will, but at Saudi Arabia,
But you're going to have to follow me all the way to Saudi Arabia to do it.
which was such a buzzkill because it's kind of like, why are you announcing this fight like 3 weeks before, or 2 to 3 weeks before, you actually showcase it? The buildup was there. You could have had it. Could have been a moment, but then you transfer that over to Saudi Arabia.
You know what I really miss? I miss back in the 90s when they used to just jump into the ring and then just mess them up and like try and steal the belt.
Well, everything is coordinated now, which to a point it kind of works, but it also kind of doesn't because it ruins the surprise factor to it.
But-
everything's
Bring
kind
the
of
barbed wire back.
No, but
barbed wire
but
back.
I think that the reason why I'm saying that was cool though was I liked the idea because you could have easily done it where at the very end of it, CM Punk jumps out, jumps John Cena, tries to steal the belt, pins him, and then goes like, "I won, I'm the new champion," and then immediately goes, "No, you don't earn it yet. It wasn't certified. It's not a real match." if you want a real match, you have to follow me to Saudi Arabia. That would have been sick.
It would have been a better announcement because the way that they did it was just kind of bland.
It was just it was two people talking.
Yeah.
It was,
Another thing about
yeah,
that,
it was just two people talking.
about
That was
having
it.
CM Punk in Saudi Arabia is that because in the past, when CM Punk wasn't signed with or was released from WWE in the past, he would constantly talk about how when they are low on money, they just rely on going to Saudi Arabia a lot
Yeah,
because they make a lot of money there. and
they
stuff.
do. It's a profitable venture.
It's also that's what I'm saying. It's funny that he said that, and then look, they give him a title shot at Saudi Arabia. Yeah.
Can you do me a favor? Can you look up and see who won the Fatal 4-Ways? Because
for the
tonight,
King of the
'cause-
Ring.
Yeah, because supposedly one of them was Damian, Cody, LA Knight, and I think Andrade were supposed to be in that Fatal 4-Way match, or Shinsuke Nakamura. But point being, the reason
Cody beat John Cena and what's his name?
And,
Logan Paul.
Logan Paul, it was Cody and Jay versus Cena and Logan.
And Cody and Jay won.
Yes, but then literally the night afterwards at Raw, Jay Uso loses his title to Gunther again. So he's no longer has a title.
I feel like they're just going around in circles. Like we don't know what's going on. Like we don't know what to do.
There's structure, but a lot of it just kind of seems off. And for me, the fact that R-Truth is back, it's a good thing. It's just like it feels like a lot. He has to put in a lot of work.
You know what I really want? I want R-Truth to have the title. Give it to R-Truth.
But that's the thing is, according to him, he's no longer going to be the clown that people think he is. He's taking it seriously.
No, what I think would be hilarious is because he was always a Cena fanboy. I've already said this. Being a Cena fanboy, watching your hero fall and like betray everything that like he ever stood for, woke him up, and now he's like, I'm gonna be the true hero, and like him taking up that mantle of Cena. And him going out and defeating this like villain version of his hero, that's a great story. That is an awesome story.
No, I think it would be legit.
And then just give him a title shot.
Yeah,
and let him win.
So Orton won against Knight, Black, and Carmelo Hayes.
Okay.
So Orton won that one, and then
I'm assuming Cody would win the other one.
And then Jade Cargill won her match.
Okay.
Against Niv, Machina, and Jax.
Michin,
yeah.
Yeah.
And that's about it.
That's all they've announced?
That's all they announced.
As of right now.
As of right now, yeah.
Yeah, no, for me personally, I like it, but it feels like he's got to put in a lot of work. That's the only thing. And it's a shame because R-Truth doesn't need to carry the company right now. R-Truth has just been a comedic piece. And I like his little entrances.
But the thing is that that's how Cody Rhodes was. Cody Rhodes was a comedic piece for like the longest time.
Yeah, before his leave.
Yeah, before he left.
Oh, and here's Cody Rhodes' one. In the match between Rhodes, Andrade, Priest, and Nakamura, Cody Rhodes won.
Okay, that makes sense. You can't have him lose. It doesn't make any sense to do
But that's
so.
what, but so my big thing is that I want R-Truth to become like
Well, he's Ron the Truth Killings now.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's leaving the comedic persona and going more his early TNA time,
Yeah.
where he's an aggressive character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also wanted to bring up the fact that we finally know why the original actor that played Dewey is no longer going to be in the reboot of Malcolm in the Middle.
Bryan
Right.
Cranston
What was it?
talked about it recently, huh?
Yeah, he is actually going to Harvard.
Yeah, he's retired
Is
from
he?
acting.
No, he's living his life.
He
man.
is, but we didn't get an explanation. I don't feel like we needed it.
We did.
No.
None of our business.
No, it's not. But the fact that he's like, oh yeah, I'm just going to Harvard. I'm doing my stuff. I'm like, good for him.
He is living his life. He did the actor thing. Yeah. He got paid from it. He probably didn't enjoy being on the spotlight so much.
Was it the actress that played Lois would say in interviews today about how much they would talk? She would talk to him in between takes and how he just felt like this wasn't fun for him. It just felt like a job.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
And she told him like, well, you can just do whatever you don't have to do this for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
You're gonna get to the moment where you're gonna make a decision.
Yeah.
and not only that, but also when you hear the way that the creators talk about Malcolm in the Middle, it sounds like because he was such a genius kind of physical comedian. Every single time that they needed like a shot to cut to, they always knew cut to him.
Yeah.
He whatever he's doing at that time, he'll sell it, and we can cut to him, and we can crop it in, or we can do whatever, because he's such a great comedian. Having that much pressure on you to always be on when you're on the set, because that would mean even in shots that he wasn't in, they probably had cameras on the boys.
Yeah.
So that way they can capture B-roll at the same time, reacting to whatever craziness Bryan Cranston was doing, whatever craziness the actress for Lois, whatever they were doing. So that's awesome. Apparently it's 4 episodes. It's already filmed, and it's going to be on Disney Plus.
Sweet.
There we go.
I think it's for the holidays. It should be premiering for the holidays.
Everything is going to be for the holidays, man.
I'm interested to seeing what the 4 episode arc is, because apparently Bryan Cranston said that it was amazing. He said he loved it.
I hope he directed one of them.
Maybe, but he said that everybody fell into their roles like a fit glove, like everybody meshed well. Everybody got back into their characters very easily.
My only complaint is I hope it's not like the Gilmore Girls reboot.
So I finished Gilmore Girls recently.
The series or the reboot?
Both.
Or all? Okay.
I finished all of it. In which also I went home the other day and Monica was watching episode 1, and I go, "We just finished," and she goes, "Leave me alone. I had a rough day."
That's handy.
So she restarted it again after we
Comfort
just
show,
finished.
Yeah.
Her solid comfort show. I was telling her too. I did not like the
reboot ending.
I didn't like the ending. I thought the ending was decent. The ending in in like the year in the life, it didn't feel Gilmore Girls. It felt kind of manufactured. It felt, you know what it felt like? It felt early Netflix.
Yeah.
That's what it felt. It felt early Netflix series. Like they didn't really know what to do. They were just like, it's an IP. All we have to do is do X, Y, and Z. But none of the characters felt like the characters.
I just don't like the fact that it ended with Lorelai getting pregnant again.
It wasn't Lorelai getting pregnant.
Oh, it was Rory. Sorry.
Rory
Got pregnant. Yeah.
Yeah, Rory gets pregnant. Logan apparently gets married. Their dad is dead. Her and Luke are finally getting married, which I didn't.
No, I thought they'd been married.
No,
I have to rewatch it.
They were getting married.
I watched it because Andy had it and Andy was watching it, and so like every time she'd play it, I'd be like, okay, I'll watch
Homie, I watched the whole thing. I was
You
like,
sat through it?
I was in.
Dude, the amount of times that Andy watches Gilmore Girls, I've probably seen
it.
it like 3 or 4 times all the way through.
Yeah,
Like every other month, she puts it on.
Yeah,
Starts
same thing
watching it.
with Monica. Monica does the same thing. But I'm really hoping that with the original creator, with the original writers, and 90% of the original cast back, I'm hoping that it still has that Malcolm in the Middle feel.
Yeah, I hope so too.
Yeah, I'm curious on what the story is.
Yeah.
I like how the 90s are making a comeback, 90s TV, because we're also getting King of the Hill.
Oh,
Yeah.
I've been rewatching
I'm
King of
really
the Hill.
excited for that.
Can we talk about it in the post show?
Yeah,
Sure.
we'll talk about that
Yeah.
in the post show. Yeah.
All right, post credits, guys.
Yeah.
You guys can check it out at
King of the Hill.
patreon.com. Bobby.
Bobby,
Ladies and
I
gentlemen,
like propane.
thank you so much for joining us here. Keeping Up With the Nerds, issue 251. Check out our website, keepingupwiththenerds.com. Socials, Instagram, Facebook, and xmen.com. Check out our YouTube channel.
X.com.
YouTube.com/Keeping Up With the Nerds. Check out our audio platforms, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Podbean, now YouTube Music. And don't forget to check out our Patreon. Patreon.com/Keeping Up With the Nerds. And use our discount code,
Strickland propane,
KeepUpNerd,
don't pay no more.
w.gg. All the links in the description will be down below.
GG.
With that said, Nick, are you ready to sign us out?
This has been Keeping Up With the Nerds, issue 251. My name is Nick Valero,
I'm Rene.
I'm Sean.
And this is Brian.
and we'll see you all in the next one.